Zone, the homeowner's best friend.
My first guess, again, with anybody who's got a shortened carrot, you got to go deeper. And 18 inches is the minimum depth for what we like to see for a good nutrient-rich soil for the general vegetable crops that most people are growing. And that's an important piece of the puzzle. A lot of people, they're going to dig down 4 inches and find a hard pan, and they just kind of stop there and hope that the carrot will do its own job, but it won't. And so it's important first to get that at least 18 inches, well draining, but be able to hold moisture like a sponge. And as many of you probably know in your desert climate out here with your soil, as it dries out, it often cracks. And like the sponge on your countertop or, in your kitchen, it kind of curls up when it dries out. That's the same thing soil does. But like a sponge, when you get it wet, at first when you try to put water on a dry sponge, what's the water do?
It kind of runs off.
It just bounces off. It needs to get in there slowly so it doesn't just run off. I mean, that's where flash floods often happen. The worst times for a flash flood is when we've had a large dry spell and then we get a pounding of rain. Because the soil, even though it's thirsty, it's hydrophobic. It's repelling water. It's like a hydrostatic force that repels the water first, and it just runs. And so same is happening with your garden. If it's too dry, too bone dry, if your ground is too dry and you water it heavily, it's just going to move off. So you got to water it slow. And then as the water starts getting into that sponge, what starts happening to it? It starts kind of swelling up, and then it starts filling, and then all of a sudden it holds more water. And then when it's fully saturated, a sponge will actually drain straight through the sponge. It doesn't drain over the top, it drains through it. And that's exactly what we want our soil to do. We want it to really hold moisture just like a sponge does. So it starts off a little slow. Once it's swelled up, the water's going to drain through, not over the top and out.